One player left to ready on up as we are about to start with Dyla and now Crine. Gold Rush, the map that to make odds even did beat Dignitas on with some confidence earlier on in this one, as we are just waiting on them to get this one up and away. Has he really gone to the toilet? He's really gone to the toilet, despite the fact they've had forever to ready up. As we wait on this one starting. I'm sure for the... We are away here in the winner bracket final, live from the Crossfire Intel Challenge 7. It's Rockit versus To Make Odds Even, as we have two teams who have yet to drop a match, and hence they've made this all the way through. To Make Odds Even, the big surprise package of the CIC7 ET tournament, with Winghaven making his way through the... We have Numeric making his way in from the front. He was dealt with Frag Stealer and Dialer. Cry gets himself a grenade onto Clown, as Crine is lying in wait. Rifle is pinged across. Mouse is waiting on it. So now Dialer gets himself one. Doesn't happen for them. Clown now looks to make his way in towards this tank. Looks like he may pick it up for Rockit as well. And well, something Dignitas couldn't do in 8 whole minutes, Rockit have done in 1. steal that tank. They've even got a round of applause from their gathering fans. The Rocket side have collected the tank and are now away. Rifles drop down towards the barrier. Remember, Gold Rush is TMOE's map. Winghaven's double support fire, though, is always going to hurt. Dyla and Numeric picks himself up a frag, but you know, the complexity has changed a lot in this one, with Frag Stealer picking himself up a Thompson. Now, the command post is up by Dyla, and TMOE have been asked a big old question here by Rocket. They were confident, they wanted Rocket, they were even saying, we want Rocket, not Yo-Yo Tech in the winner bracket final. Well, they got their wish, and they now need to deliver. Eden gets himself an MP40 onto Mies. Clown's going to nade across and drop Frag Stealer. So Dynamite is down on that barrier, and Rocket are playing well. Did just see Winghaven lurking somewhere. I think I've missed him. Here he goes. You can see him lurking for someone to go across the front. Looks to get himself the frag onto the engineer, but he scared him away. And in the end, Winghaven perhaps didn't play that one as well as he could have done. Tank gets repaired, and it will pass the tank barrier any second now. Nade's being dropped down in front of it by Crine, but it has passed the barrier now. Mouse is there with Winghaven. The pair of them hop their way down their hill, and Mouse is going to try, Winghaven's going to try and take out that command post any second now, whilst his engineers look to build up the barrier. Dyler is there as the tank is repaired, and Rocket are rolling through this TMOE side. Eden is up at the command post now to try and help an Axis engineer get up there, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for him as Silos makes his way through. Frag Stealer is down and out, and TMOE are in a spot of bother here because Rocket also played well on Gold Rush against Yo-Yo Tech, and the map that seems to be the ace in the hole for TMOE isn't proving so right now. Crine dropped by Clown's landmine. Axis put back up the command post just before Xylus could get up there. He's now going to need another covert ops, but the tank is in position to strike down across the middle of the map. As Clown will landmine up the tank barrier construction, now look to try and stop the support fire. And I think he did, because they didn't get the tank damage. And here we go, gold picked up and running, and it's running away. Will make its way underneath the bridge quickly, but has been dropped by Dyla. Crine gets himself a grenade frag, and there is still one allied player up, but not for long. Dyla has fragged him, and we are sparing down the barrel of a gun here as Rocket continue to, well, rock this map. TMOE are lacking here severely. Covert Ops is still Winghaven, and they still haven't got this command post. They need it. Does take off a good sort of 10 seconds or so from every attack. It's now, Mouse gets himself a Thompson frag onto one. Command post is up, and the allies are spawning forward. Winghaven's now a medic and pushes down the hill. Will make his way towards the old MG position and is scaring away a medic. Sorry, a field ops. Has got a nade, but didn't have any health, and Numeric now will go out path from that back arch. Backing up, I think it's Frag Stealer in front of him. Frag Stealer makes his way through. 955 on the board, with TMOE looking good for the money at the moment. As Clown and Mies will push forward. TMOE now have an objective that may well be leaving them, with Mies' backpack well and truly up and running. Gets himself the frag onto Frag Stealer, and now Mies needs to run these ones away. He's got back up all the way as well. Mies is going to run these objectives under the bridge, and it looks like TMOE, who have shocked the world by beating Dignitas, are going to find themselves in real trouble. Dyla's already calling GG. Don't think Mies has quite got up from this one yet, but there's no Axis players for a long time. And again, Rocket have timed it all to spawn, just like they did against Yo-Yo Tech. They made sure that when they got the gold, they had so much time to do so. They got the frags on the spawn, and they pushed out, and they ran that truck home, and it's exactly what they've done again. Make no mistake, TMOE beating Dignitas on Gold Rush was good, but Rockit beating Yo-Yo Tech and TMOE on Gold Rush has been better. Two brilliant attacks. Sometimes you can win a map with a great defense, but it's always that much more pleasing when you win that map because your offense is that good. And that looks like what's going to happen here for Rockit. They're going to set a phenomenal time once again, 2 rounds in a row. Here we go, 6:38 is the time, and look at that scoreboard. Frag Stealer does do a lot of damage, but Crine went missing, and Xylos led the way as we are ready to get ourselves back underway. Just realized I wasn't logged into Shoutcaster on that. So here we go. One player left to ready up, and we are away. Dialer is going to make his way across. Mouse and Clown push forward. 5 seconds left, and we are away with Rockit with a very impressive time to defend. Live in 3, 2, 1, we are fight. TMOE are going to have to show us their attacking prowess. Their defense was great against Blight. It wasn't against Rockit. Can they make up for it with their offense? We don't know what the second map is. I'm going to guess it's Radar. It's a safe guess. But here we go. TMOE's offense is not bad at all. And perhaps Rockit got written off, TMOE got written off a little too early because the tank's been collected arguably faster than Rockit got theirs. Mouse is down, rifle from Crine. Clown now will follow suit as Crine will get himself one more. Mees gets himself the frag onto him though, and suddenly there are hopes of picking up this barrier. There are 3 engineers and they've all been mowed down, but Mouse is going to get there in the end anyway. A 4 NG push does the job for Rockit. And the barrier's up, and it's another 30 seconds on the clock, if not more. And, well, it will be worth it. It may not have been classy, but it was good. Winghaven's grenade dispatches a frag stealer. Mouse gets himself a frag onto one. Xylos. Rifle nade drops Crine. Nade in towards the dynamite plant as Clown goes through. Clown gets dropped by that nade, in fact, and there are 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Mouse is holding the tank on his own, it would appear. With Eden now, or Eden, making his way up on the right. Frag Stealer's going to get a rifle nade up his buttocks from Xylos, and if Eden can, he'll try and get a revive, but he's not got the health to do so. Dialer and Numeric come in and finish off on Mies and Xylos. This time Dynamite might get planted. There's one more axis up there. It's Winghaven. And he will at least hold out the Dynamite plant. If not, do more. As Rockit now set up the back defense. Landmines down in preparation for TMOE. And you got to say, Rockit's defense has had some good touches to it. The grab of the barrier, they look a little bit slick, but TMOE got that tank away, and the fact that the barrier is now destroyed and the tank will soon be repaired means that we are going to have a bank assault. Mies and Clown will push through. Rifles in. Barrier is also being rebuilt, and with Xylos' double frag, and with Rockit putting the barrier back up, we may not be sure of a bank assault. Good work from Rockit to reclaim that barrier. Mies and Mouse with a frag apiece. 3:40 on the clock. Doesn't look likely for TMOE at the moment. As Xylos will keep going. Clown's going to make his way forward. There are 3 or 4 players behind that tank that you can see. Clown continues to push. Barrier is up. Crine is fighting. But yeah, they're just not getting through from that truck. Clown is just darting in and around, and Crown and Frag Stealer are exchanging frags. Clown's gonna try and dynamite the dynamite, grenade the dynamite, We'll get there in the end. But it's not going to happen for them, and Rocket, maybe at the second time of asking, going to lose that barrier, but the clock is pretty much spelling GG already. Such a fast time, was always going to be a tall order. When the first barrier got rebuilt, it almost spelt the end for TMOE. And as the fact that Rocket have been relentless in this one suggests it will continue to be that way. So tank barriers destroyed and now moving. TMOE haven't quite given this one up, but they're only going to... Oh, lovely grenade from Crine. They're only going to have one, maybe two spawns of an attack to get to that bank. And that's maybe even a compliment. That's suggesting that these grenades don't damage the tank, which they're about to do. Tank damaged. Repaired almost instantly, but the barrier needs to be dynamited quickly as well. TMOE have got a lot of things that they've got to do, and not enough time to do any of them. Tank has been damaged once again. Winghaven and Xylos pick themselves up the frags. Mouse is now going to make his way up here to try and secure that tank. It looks like he's done exactly that. Clown taking the important position of the sandbags. It's all safe over here, he says. And this is really an interesting position to take up. Probably waiting just in case they got to that bank, whether he was needed to do anything special, but wasn't needed in the end, as Rocket have picked up map 1. And we are going to head to the second map, which is going to be Supply Depot. And to make odds even, well, they beat Yo-Yo Tech on it. But it doesn't look like they're going to have much hope on Supply. So map 1 goes the way of Rocket. We'll be back for map 2 in just a moment. TMOE have a mountain to climb. Here we go, we're live as we start this one away on map number 2. It is Supply Depot and it is Rocket ready to roll. As we have Winghaven and the gang ready to start up one more time and go through the motions. Supply Depot, of course, a map where the better team never loses, even if they only win by 8 seconds as they did in the previous one. Rocket warm up after their game against Yo-Yo Tech on this map just beforehand. And we'll start on defense. Now, with that in mind, you've got the first game, you've got the map was also picked by Rocket as well. So obviously confident after playing it early on. And with Gold Rush out of the way, their opponent's map out of the way, they'll have to say that they are the favorites for this, even though they were beforehand anyway. That they are managing to keep their favorite status as the Panzer goes in. Numeric's going to go forward. Dialer, Eden and Krein are all down as Rocket's defense has gone through. Winghaven's got a good grasp of that spawn time now as he pokes his head around that corner. Looking to see anyone coming down from the tunnel, says nobody there. Dialer's one-man Panzer takes out Winghaven. Krein and Clown are ready to poke their heads down. Mouse is going to have to be running for his life as Team OE get themselves 2 frags, answered out by Mises' 2 frags and his Luger from point-blank range. Mies finally taken down by Frag Stealer, but the Axis are about to spawn on top of Team OE. Frag Stealer's grenade was wayward, and he will now have to face Winghaven, and he'll come out strong. Winghaven pushed really aggressively there for what will be a full spawn. Ish. As Krein is now trying to go up those stairs. Got backup from Frag Stealer. Mies having to fall back and collect the flag. Numeric is gone. Mies is going to go for it. And they're going to get the flag, TMOE. They get it after 2.5 minutes, and that's a very positive start here on the first stage of Supply Depot. As the mines are dropped from Winghaven. Krein waiting on a charge. TMOE are, well, very positive after this first stage. They've opened up the whole world of opportunities on their attack. As the gate is about to blow, they haven't planted up top yet, I don't think. Rifle nade launched over from Krein, doesn't quite land onto anyone as he goes sort of artillery shooting, you could say. There we go. Bunker is open. Silas's grenade takes care of Krein. Top door is open as well, in fact. Silas still down, land mining as a whole world of pain is about to world up on the hill behind him. Dialer is escorting that truck as far as he can with the help of Numeric. They are trying to get down in and amongst the front gate. Frag Stealer is there. Mies is going to make his way forward. Frag Stealer is down. Clown's going to push in there as well. Dialer and Numeric will make their way down. As Clown's artillery does take out Winghaven, though. As Rocket not really tested, but did I see a dynamite yellow? I did. Dialer's going to... Oh, he doesn't get the revive on the engineer. And that really would have opened things up if they got that dynamite planted, but there's no engineers left other than Numeric, who isn't going to get there in time, and it's only just about going to get there in one piece. Frag Stealer's double grenade, though, does do the job. Dialer's Thompson makes it 3 frags, and Numeric is desperately waiting for a charge, as is Krein. And the 2 engineers now have something to work with. Krein gets the dynamite armed. It'll blow in about 10 minutes. As Numeric nades over towards the top. Depot fence constructed. And Mouse and Winghaven pick themselves up MP40 frags apiece, and Numeric and Frag Stealer both get dropped. So they make their way down to cover that dynamite. Numeric saw the engineer defusing, went to shoot at it, and then ignored it. Oh wait, there wasn't a dynamite on the main. Never mind. I take that back. Good job, Numeric. Quad V would like to issue the following retraction. As Xylos gets himself a Lion Mine frag onto Eden. Dial out, has to go through. East Depot wall planted for the second time of asking. Frag Steel is in on the action. Winghaven goes for it. Xylos is now going to try and make himself a nuisance by getting himself a defuse. And it's gone. As Eden, the covert ops, makes his way towards the command post. Satchel is in, and the job is done. And now Xylos will keep going. The nade is in. And TMOE really are right on kind of course. If you'd say a good or an alright time on Supply Depot is 10 minutes, you got to get the truck by 5. Well, you got to get the main gate by 5. Well, they're just a little bit behind that, but a very positive start from them. They are on course to set a good time against Rocket here. Support fires in on the main as the truck nears it. Winghaven's support does drop Numeric. Dialer has hopped his way over the wall and can't quite get there. Mies gets himself a revive. And Xylos now will push out. And here we go with Numeric now going to try and get east again. They will try again, and again they'll be stopped in their tracks. They still can't quite finish it off. They have another engineer trying now, and Crine gets the dynamite armed. 8:15 on the clock. And, well, since blowing that depot gate, they've not actually made any real movement in towards the next objective. They seem to be getting held further and further down as that truck gets wedged in on main. Crine is there. Xylos' grenade downs him. Mouse will keep pillaging the shots across. Crine is downed and Mouse and Clown both get themselves to frags. Frag Stealer gets himself in on the action. Winghaven will get one before Numeric will start thinking about bigger objectives as he makes his way towards it. Someone's over by the truck as well, and Numeric is running out with those pliers, and the shot's already come in, I think, from the Panther. I'm not sure what that explosion was in here, but the crane controls have been put in position. Did he activate them? I don't think he did. I think Xylos saved it at the nick of time, stopping what would have been the gold away. Dialer's now going to take on Xylos as the Italian sticks out his rifle. And now Winghaven will try to help him out as well. Xylos doesn't have the charge for a dyno though. Crine's rifle is there. Frag Stealer is going to levy his way up the back if he can. Mal's down. Xylos still holding on. Mies is the covert ops that does the job. And now we have TMOE having to go back up again. Xylos is taken down by Mies' grenade, has been revived. Rifle nade is in, and Crine is not going to get the frag. His Garand does the job. Xylos take down 2 though before then, and the train controls are waiting for someone. Where was Mies? He was out and about in this area, but this time the crane controls have been built and have been activated. But that extra minute or 2 that it took to get to this stage has really helped Rocket. It's really pulled them back into it. What can Dialer do? As Dialer and Crine suddenly make their way into a menacing position as he sets himself up. Where are Rocket now? 6 minutes on the clock. One nade makes its way towards Dialer. Clown is kept busy by Frag Stealer. Is killed by Frag Stealer. Eden is going to help out Dialer though as the truck continues to move, and Dialer is hammering around trying to make sure he doesn't get fragged by that grenade. That will do the job. But the truck went a long, long way. There are 5 Rocket players now surrounding it, but their opponents are homing in. As the truck has passed the East Radar, the East Depot wall. That's the second time I've called it the East Radar. Must have seen too much ET. Eden and Mies now make their way through. Crime will nade over the top. Mies, Clown, all get themselves some frags as Mouse gets himself another one. The Belgian doesn't know the word stop. Xylos' rifle is going to do the job. 5:10 left to go. As Frag Stealer flies over and almost catches Mies not looking. but he then gets taken down by Krine's grenade right as Fragstealer was going to move that truck a few inches. His teammate shut him down. Nade comes in, Xylos gets himself one before Fragstealer picks up another frag. Dialer gets himself more frags as the 3, 4, 5 Axis players are in the mixer there. And Numeric doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there. Eden pushes forward. As Fragstealer goes to work. Eden will push along. Mouse will go forward. Winghaven now goes through. Dialer's going to get himself in the back of that truck, but he'll move it only an inch before Clown's Luger dispatches of him, and Rockit are holding on to the truck resolutely in front of their own spawn. And they've already made sure that the time is going to be more than 11 minutes, and probably more than 11:30 odd now, verging on 12 minutes, which they beat against Yo-Yo Tech. So you'd have to put them as the favorites here. Well, you had to put them as the favorites here anyway, but they are growing. As their performance suggests, the TMOE side will have looked at this and said there were opportunities there for a really great time. And they won't be too disappointed in the fact that they have set a time. 3:30 on the clock. 3 minutes and 20 to go as the Axis will try to stop any more times of it, but I think Rockit have learnt their lesson on this one. And there it is, 11:45 the time. Numeric and Eden not having the time of their lives with single-figure frags, but on the other end it was Krine leading the way, and Fragstealer with Clown and Mouse for Rockit. 11:45 the time to beat. Can Rockit do it? We'll find out in just a moment. You're on Quad V. Quite literally a moment as we start, the moment as we get our nice Quad V flag going. Sorry, Greg. As we are live for map 2, round 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We are fight. Right on cue. As Eden will go through it. Winghaven is just knocked down beneath him. Rockit have plenty of time for their attacks. They can afford the lavishes of making sure that each attack is perfect. Now as Thompson does the damage now as Clown goes through, and Clown, who had a great first half, is really fragging well. Numeric is going to make his way across. It will be Krine now, trying to make something happen for them. There's Dialer. Xylos goes through. Winghaven is on the prowl. Xylos now looking to try and make something happen as Clown gets himself a second revive. Sorry, Mouse gets that second revive, and that's allowed Clown to go into the engine, to go put the dynamite down. And they've got the flag, the allies as well. And they've taken the first stage very quickly, have Rockit. Credit to them. They look like they're going to pick up a aggressive start to this second round. So they make their way forward. Mouse goes through. Numeric pushes his way forward. Eden is in and around. Here goes Krine. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to go as TMOE are in a spot of bother at the moment. As Rockit are going through the motions of what could be a famous victory that have put them in the grand final again. They've been in all but 2 of the Crossfire Grand Finals, I think. They won CPC2, CPC3. They lost in the final of 4. They didn't make it to the final of 5, and they lost in the final of 6. But they're going to be there again if they beat TMOE, and Winghaven, Clown, and the gang are all going through the motions. New blood in the shape of Mies has bedded in well. And for Rockit, they are slowly but surely edging their way to what will be victory. For TMOE, not to say I've written them off, but they've a tall order with a 9-minute defense on the next stage. Dialer picks himself up a double MP40 frag. Make that 3. TMOE not down without a fight. As Krine's double grenade makes it 2 more on the door. Krine's rifle nade, though, only does damage to himself. As Winghaven will help him out, and Numeric will push through. It's going to be Eden to rack off a few shots across. Krine now waltzing around, and Rockit struggling to actually get past this hill stage. We've been here for a few minutes now. As Mouse' grenade goes through, it will be Clown to hop down that hill, and he's looking around thinking, shouldn't there be an Axis person shooting at me? Oh, you're right, Clown. There should be. But he may well get down towards main now. He's got an opportunity. Has tripped a landmine, but will get to blow this dynamite. He plant the dynamite, and now he needs his teammates to actually focus on that dynamite. They're all converging on east, not looking at a dynamite, which actually doesn't have any Axis attention on it at the moment either. Perhaps they're resigned to losing it. Krine is still alive, but with 13 seconds left on that defusal, doesn't look like even he will be able to get there. And main will blow, and Rockit will move on. Clown's now going to go and build the command post. 7:40 on the clock. As Rockit are looking good. And it's dynamite planted by Clown. Krine is down. Here goes Mouse now making his way across. Numeric's going to get himself picked off. Frag Stealer down and out as TMOE are on the prowl. Mies there. Numeric and Eden both get themselves a frag. Rockit lose 2. As TMOE are trying to make their way forward. And here we go with Mies pushing through. Dialer's going to try and get himself in on the action. Mies will push through with Numeric, Eden, both claiming frags and make that 3. His Clown is gone as well. Xylos waits and says hello. Bye, Eden, as he waits for him to self-kill. I think he took damage from one of his teammates, but the self-kill's in and Numeric finishes him off. Xylos tried to be patient, and it didn't work for him this time. But Winghaven's Panther does take out 1, albeit a man who should have been low on health. But the truck's in position. 6.5 minutes to defend the upper stage is what it's going to take from them. So Revive comes in. Dialer and Krine both pick themselves up frags. As we have frag after frag, Winghaven's Panzer does get himself another 1-man. I tell you what, Winghaven and Hummel are battling it out for the 1-man Panzer award this weekend, with Krine and Dialer now on the double. Frag Stealer and Eden help him out, and Team OE will successfully fend off that attack. Xylos will rifle down. See, looks for anyone in there, does get himself the frag onto Numeric in the end. Krine and Frag Stealer both return fire with a frag of their own as West gets planted and Frag Stealer's down via Clown. Now Dialer tries to get in on the action, can't. Mies is there. Krine will push forward. And Dialer and Frag Stealer both get themselves in on the action. Numeric makes his way across, and TMOE are pushing forward. Here we go. TMOE are trying to make their way across as they have Eden up in a position of interest. If Rockit make their way all the way up here, which Eden seems to think they will do, here's Mouse, but he's picked off by Eden, and Xylos' Garand is going to help him out, and the construction will be finished as Mies watches the window, activates the crane, and the gold will make its way into the back of the truck. And Rockit look like they're going to pick this one up. As the gold drops into the back of that truck, and TMOE are last 7 fence. The truck moving. Dialis in effect. Mouse is alive. Not for much longer. Mies pushes on now. Silas is looking for him as Winghaven makes his way across now. Frag Stealers then. Numeric holding for it as the frags come in from DOE. That should stop that attack. It doesn't get quite over yet. As you saw with defending the truck itself is a stage on its own. Once you can get it out of there. Winghaven got the panzer. He really can't land a shot today. This time he will get another one man. It's time for Winghaven to put that beast to rest. He's not hitting anything. Numeric's MP40 downs another one. Mouse hits Thompson. Hits a Thompson frag, sorry. And now Rocket may well be moving that truck with the help of Mouse. Doesn't have any ammo to speak of, but he does have his trusty med packs. And he's in a difficult to hit position with 3 minutes left to go. Frag Stealer can't stop him as Mies has helped him out. And now Dialer can only watch as the allies swarm around him. In fact, he can only get himself 2 frags as the allies swarm around him, and the truck continues to move away. Winghaven and Mouse guided away, and Rocket are in the final of the Crossfire Intel Challenge 7. We have our first finalists. They played brilliantly this weekend, and now they look like they're going to run it home. Having lost the seeding tournament against Blight so convincingly. They weren't here as favorites, but they are the first in the final, and Mouse's double panzer puts the icing on a very sweet cake. From Stream 1, Quad V, we bid you good night as Rocket make the final. We'll be back. We can still watch the end of the Call of Duty on Stream 2 with D-Man, or you can go to bed. It's up to you.